Welcome to MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluence state of Nigeria. I am Fatima Yakub. The headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari approves BOLARINWA as MBC chairman. NLC OPS reps others warn on energy crisis. Russia imposes sanctions on U.S. president, his son, foreign defense secretaries, others, and Manchester United AJAX knocked out of Champions League. Now, the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the reconstitution of the governing board of the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC) following the expiration of the tenure of the former board. In a statement issued in Abuja on Wednesday, Minister of Information and Culture Alhaji Lai Mohammed said the board has Bashir BOLARINWA as chairman. According to the minister, members of the board represent various interests as stipulated by the NBC Act. They are Wada Ibrahim, Ihanyi Chukwudike, Adesola Ndu, Olania Badmos, Bashir Ibrahim, Obiora Ilu, Ahmed Sajo, and Bayo Erikitola. He said a representative of the State Security Service, a representative of the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, as well as the Director General of the Commission are also members. The board has 3-year tenure, the minister stated. The Minister of Transport, Chibuike Amechi, said that approval was duly secured in the award of the $195.3 million Integrated National Security and Waterways Protection Infrastructure in Nigeria, otherwise called Deep Blue, to HSL International Limited. The contract, which was launched on June 2021, was expected to deploy modern security and surveillance equipment to secure Nigerian territorial waters up to the Gulf of Guinea. The project included the Special Trained Maritime Security Unit (MSU) with personnel drawn from the Nigerian Navy, Air Force, Army, Police Force, and the Department of State Service. Appearing before the Yusuf Gadi-led House of Representatives Committee on Navy investigating the legitimacy of the contract, Amechi said the execution of the contract has reduced piracy and the level of crime on Nigeria waters. He said he thought they had concluded it when they appeared. It was an RFP, but this time they didn't ask them. By the time they came forward, when they took over the reins of affairs in government, they were #1 in terms of piracy in the world. It was Somali, Gulf of Aden, Gulf of Guinea. But in their presentation before the committee, the Bureau of Public Procurement, BPP, which issued the certificate of no objection to the HSL, failed to provide evidence showing the legitimacy of the company. Speaking on behalf of the Director General, MUHAMMADU, the officer who revealed the procurement, Isaiah Yusufu, said the company was qualified to handle the project. He was responding to the committee's concern with Section 16, Subsection 4 of Public Procurement Act, which stated certain criteria for award of contract. It is not stated that the company must be registered in Nigeria. They must possess the capacity to handle the contract, not that they must be registered in Nigeria. They are not saying there is a waiver or anything. Procurement is an international thing. A company incorporated outside can do business in Nigeria. There is no law against that. The document that were brought, which was the basis for their review, was brought in 2017. And when they concluded their reviews, they don't keep them. They have returned them to the Ministry of Transportation. So, what they are going to do is to write to them to bring those documents. They will try to retrieve them so that they can add it to what they already have and make a secondary submission as they have requested. Kano State Government has ordered immediate dissolution of the leadership of Kano Chapter of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture for failure to organize fresh elections. Musa Tanko, the Public Relations Officer of Kano State Cabinet Office, made this known in an interview with the news agency in Kano. Tanko said Secretary to the Kano State Government, Alhaji Usman Alhaji, signed the order for the dissolution. He explained that the action was necessitated by inability of the current leadership of Kasima to organize a fresh and acceptable election. Long after the expiration of its tenure, he said, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje had already approved the setting up a 9-member caretaker committee led by a renowned industrialist, Lawan Garu. He listed some of the terms of reference of the committee to include organizing the election within 6 months, as well as to restore peace and sanity in the chamber. Members of the committee, he said, include Ambassador Muktari Gashash, co-chairman, Dr. Salim Mohammed, representative of Ministry of Commerce, Yakubu Uba. Others are Tijani Usman, Kabiru Kura, Aisha Bafa, Bashir Dabo, Bauran Gaya. According to Tanko, Garo, who spoke on behalf of other members of the committee, expressed appreciation to the government for the confidence reposed on them and pledged that they would work hard to achieve the set goals within the stipulated period. The Women Initiative for Good Leadership has organized a 3-day seminar to sensitize women to go into politics and at the same time support one another to grow. The organizer and present administrative secretary of the Kogi State Development Commission, Hawa Rose Dakwoji, called on young growing girls to discover their strengths and talent on time to grow to influence society better.
We need to keep preaching. We need to continue the awareness of becoming a better person as a woman and becoming the best version of yourself. So in order to do all this, we have to come together, individuals and the government too will have to come and support the NGO to move further for us to be able to expand expand our territory, or probably expand the NGO and expand our work frame and reach out to more people. My advice to young girls is know who you are. Everybody has potentials, everybody has dreams. Focus on your dream and be determined, because the journey is not easy. Have determination as part of your key tools that you will use. As a woman, be selfish, love yourself no matter what. Love yourself and invest in yourself. Any opportunity you see, just grab it and use it for yourself in a way that it will benefit you, will benefit your family and your generation.
Facilitators spoke on political and societal timidity and intimidation of women.
So I want to encourage us, young girls. I'm here for you. You have a dream, you have a passion. So what's sought out for her is what she's doing.
Women with initiative for good leadership. I stand out for women with dreams and good motive. And that I can only achieve when liberated from gender bias and intimidation. Every gender and race working together as one to make the world a better place for the unborn.
Other guests said supporting women to win elective political positions would move Nigeria forward amongst the developing nations.
This is painful. Let the women be in government. Let the women be in authority.
So I have this mindset before, like, politics is not for women, but today has made me to understand that no, woman has a lot to do in politics, and I really support.
It is not easy to come out as an aspirant. It is not easy to step your foot into politics. But once we start, let us embrace each other, because we are representing ourselves and to give more room for them and their children yet on board. If they criticize a woman, they should understand that they've killed their dreams and the dreams of other women.
I attended the program. At the end of the day, it's a way of sensitizing women so that they wake up from their sleep. They can participate in politics. At the end of the day, they can reach the highest position.
Students who attended narrated their gains.
I've learned a lot how women should stand out in the societies, how they should be given space to speak out, even if with their little ideas, they can build up a nation.
I learned about how empowering female children, young ladies, to be able to keep themselves without the help of their parents. It also empowered me in believing in myself, able to show out my skills, my opinion, not to be timid and intimidated. I also learned that as a female child, you are not to be left out. You have a gold in you, you are a nation on your own.
School bags were given to students by the organizer. Rewards were served on the organizers, Hawa with an award of excellence by Kogi State Youth Liberation for Peace and Good Governance, as she used the occasion to mark her birthday. She also got a painted picture presented to her for her good works. The event that took place in the Federal University Hall has an attendant, Commissioner for Sports and Youth Development, Special Advisor on Youth and Students, including other top government functionaries. Dignitaries from within and outside Kogi State graced the occasion. The organized private sector, OPS, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, the House of Representatives and analysts yesterday painted a gloomy picture of the economy following the current energy crisis in the country. Currently, virtually every sector of the economy is groaning from the astronomical rise in the prices of aviation fuel, or Jet A1, which currently sells for as much as 600 naira per litre, and diesel, which sells for at least 630 naira per litre. This came at a time the national grid collapsed on Monday, throwing the whole nation into total darkness. Consequently, the organized private sector, OPS, and other stakeholders highlighted effective local refining as the way out of the incessant crisis in Nigeria's energy sector. This is even as the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC, looking at the implication of the development on the welfare of the people, said there was a limit Nigerians could bear the prevailing circumstances, warning that the energy and fuel crisis were pushing Nigerians to the limit. The House of Representatives, also assessing the gloomy situation, urged the federal government to urgently transfer moribund refineries to international oil companies, IOCs, operating in Nigeria or other competent private organizations to reactivate them for optimal operations. This, according to the lawmaker, will enable Nigeria to refine its crude and stop the importation of refined petroleum products, which appears to be the crux of the matter. Meanwhile, financial analysts also said inflation was set to spike more, owing to the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian crisis, as the inflation rate rose to 15.7% in February. Reacting to the shutdown of flights over the scarcity of aviation fuel, hike in diesel price, and looming darkness due to national grid's collapse, the national president, Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, IDJC, Udeagbala, stated that the association is extremely concerned about rising prices of petroleum products, particularly diesel and aviation fuel, a hike which is very possibly an effect of the ongoing conflict in Europe and made worse by a lack of domestic production to meet demand, despite the existence of refineries. In a similar vein, speaking at the Fuel Subsidy Awareness Seminar organized by the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, in Lagos, LCCI President Michael Olawole Cole noted that the hike in the diesel price has implications for production downtimes, a rise in prices, and eventual loss of jobs, if not curtailed on time. He noted that with a monthly payment of about 250 billion naira to subsidize fuel consumption, the sum of 3 trillion naira was provided in the 2022 federal government budget. Similarly, Chief Executive Officer 11 PLC Tunji Oyebanji stated that failure to deal with subsidy removal once and for all may create a fundamental issue for the Nigerian economy. He said the absence of working refineries had greatly affected the cost of petroleum products alongside smuggling by neighboring countries and volatility of external markets following importation of refined oil. The Lagos State Police Command on Wednesday assured Lagosians to go about their daily activities without fear, saying it has deployed massive patrol teams in every nook and cranny of the state to forestall the breakdown of law and order. The police public relations officer in the state, Adekunle Ajisebutu, in a chat with journalists, said the command received unconfirmed reports that aggrieved members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers planned a protest in strategic places in the state. He said they cannot take chances. They have done massive deployment of police patrol teams to every nook and cranny, including parks and garages in the state. There is no cause for alarm. The national body of the union last Thursday had suspended its Lagos State chairman, Musliu Akinsanya, aka MC Oluomo, following weeks of protracted conflict and leadership tussle. Akinsanya subsequently announced his withdrawal and that of lieutenants from the union. He also directed them to stop issuing NURTW tickets at parks and garages. He further asked Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to take over the running of all parks and garages in the state till peace returned to the union. Sanwo-Olu later suspended the activities of NURTW from all parks and garages with immediate effect and set up a committee to immediately take control of the parks and garages. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Every country has its peculiar system of government. In Nigeria, we practice democracy, and this is applicable in some countries across the globe, including the United States of America. What is democracy? It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the political arena, we are ready to x-ray how we play politics in Nigeria and other countries. The challenge of power shift syndrome, how it has impacted or affected the people. How can we make it better for all? Join Fatima Yakub on Mlc TV online every Saturday by 9 p.m. to discuss and examine all about the politics and the power that be.
Mr. President, I was once there as an opposition senator. There was never a time that we called the president at that time, who was a PDP president, an insult, because this is our institution. And if we don't conduct ourselves with dignity and respect, nobody will respect us.
The heads of security in Nigeria made several different explanations for killings of our citizens.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I hereby forward for the confirmation by the Senate the appointment of the underlisted nominees as National Commissioners and Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
To watch us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. Like our Facebook page, MLC TV, and follow us on our Instagram, MLC TV 2021. We are here to inform, educate, and to criticize constructively. Don't miss it. Welcome back. On politics, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Tuesday expressed concerns over the continuity of the People's Democratic Party, admitting that losing the 2023 presidential election may send the party into political oblivion. Atiku voiced his concern while speaking with the PDP Board of Trustees members during a consultative meeting in Abuja, explaining that the party might not survive another 8 years as an opposition party. Atiku said he was worried that he, alongside the BOT members, will be retired politically should another party win the election. He's worried that if they don't win, it means they will be in opposition again for the next 8 years. Suggesting possible strategies that could ensure PDP victory in 2023, the former vice president said the PDP should devise its in-house strategy rather than play catch-up. He added that there was no need for PDP to play into the gallery by adopting zoning for its presidential slot on the sole basis that the ruling party adopted it. They invented and formulated this zoning policy simply because they wanted every part of this country to have a sense of belonging, and he personally have paid his dues on the issue of zoning. Therefore, you cannot come and try to imply that the PDP has not been following the zoning policy. Inside the many years of PDP government, 8 years and 6 years, all of them were from the south. So they should not be stampeded by the opposition party. They have a moral obligation. The new elected chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Kogi State Chapter, Senior Apostle Adebayo Olania Emmanuel, has called on Nigerian politicians to ensure peaceful, credible elections. Speaking at the election of new executive of Kogi State Chapter of Christian Association of Nigeria in Lokoja on Tuesday, Dr. Adebayo urged politicians to study and emulate CAN in conduct of elections. He commended amendment of CAN constitution that made zoning and rotation of offices in the association mandatory. He said if Nigeria politicians can emulate this, it will be very helpful in making the nation stronger. The election just conducted to elect new leaders of Kogi CAN was free and credible. Nobody was induced before voting. Everything was done in Christ's mind. There was no problem, confusion, or argument. The National CAN has taken care of everything to ensure zoning of positions through rotation, he said. He admonished Christians in Kogi State to be united, prioritize the gospel of Jesus Christ, and work along with CAN. The new CAN chairman commended Governor Yaya Bello for his continued support for the Christian body and urged the state government to continue to partner with CAN for the peace and development of the state. The new vice chairman, Dr. Ogaku Malakai Onailu, also commended the conduct of Kogi CAN election, describing the process as activity of godly children. Kogi State Chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria elected new officials to run the affairs of the body for the next 5 years in Lokoja on Tuesday. In his charge to the new executive, the chairman, North Central Zone of CAN, Reverend Israel Akanji, urged the new executives to be united in purpose and move the body to greater heights. Senior Apostle Adebayo pulled 61 out of 83 votes to emerge chairman, while Dr. Onailu pulled 64 votes to emerge vice chairman. Other elected executives are Reverend Ijoma Dennis as State Secretary, Paul Animazu as Assistant General Secretary, and Pastor Israel Debisi as Treasurer. And on crime, an Abuja-based music artist, Eche Abraham, aka Soundboy, has accused personnel of the Special Weapons and Tactics Team of abduction and assault. He alleged that the corps also extorted 100,000 naira from him. It was gathered that the artist was traveling to Kogi State for an event on Sunday when the bus conveying him was stopped by the policemen. According to him, he was ordered by the SWAT officials to disembark from the bus. While the cops took him away, they reportedly instructed the bus driver to continue with his journey. Narrating his ordeal, Abraham said, on Sunday, March 13th, he had a program at Okene, Kogi State, so he had to travel all the way from Abuja to Okene. On getting to the town of Okene at the Federal College of Education, their vehicle was overtaken by SWAT officials. He further alleged that the policemen demanded 100,000 naira to free him, adding that he had only 38,000 naira in his account. Abraham said later the guy who invited him for the birthday called and he explained to him. He sent 20,000 naira to what he had, but they insisted that they were taking 100,000 naira last. The police public relations officer William Aya said the FCT Commissioner of Police Sunday Babaji had ordered an investigation into the incident. He confirmed that the matter was reported at the Okene division. The Commissioner of Police has directed an investigation into the matter to know what actually transpired and bring the culprits to book. Okene local government acting chairperson Bilkisu Avoswahe Aliu has visited the accident scene at Zenith Bank Junction, Okene, where a failed brake truck loaded with Bua cement ran over some vehicles who queued to buy fuel from filling station. The accident, which occurred in the early hours of yesterday, claimed a life of a driver and truck driver who sustained an injury was taken to the hospital. The acting chairperson condoled with the family of the victim. She assured the residents of the local government council of the effort put in place to clear up the obstruction immediately to ease free flow moves along the route. Operations Officer of the 3 Battalion Nigeria Army, Efrun Delta State, Lieutenant Musa Yusuf, has been reportedly killed by some unknown gunmen. Lieutenant Yusuf was said to be driving in his personal car late in the night when he ran into the armed men who shot him at close range at a lonely road notorious for criminal activities behind the popular Uhobo College in Uvie, local government area of the state. His killing has made the police and other security agents raid hotspots around the area, which have led to the arrest of some suspects by the police. When contacted, Major Bala, Commanding Officer 3 Battalion, Nigerian Army, Efrun, confirmed the killing of the officer, which he said was one of their finest. The late officer's corpse was conveyed in a military vehicle to where he was immediately buried according to Islamic rites. 2 prison warders were on Wednesday killed by yet to identified gunmen in Okigwe town in Imo State. Our correspondents gathered that the attack, which happened at the Umulolo section of the town in the morning, caused panic in the area. Security personnel who do not want to be mentioned told a correspondent that the prison warders were ambushed by the attackers. The source said 2 Hilux vans of officers of Imo Correctional Center were on Wednesday morning attacked by gunmen at Umulolo, Okigwe. The attackers threw dynamite on the vehicle. The 2 officers were killed on the spot while others were rushed to the hospital. While one Hilux van was destroyed by the dynamite, the other was not affected. The unaffected van has been rescued and returned to the base at the command's headquarters in Owerri. The officers are attached to Operation Search and Flush established by the Imo State government to deal with crime in the state. They took off from Owerri in the morning and, on reaching Okigwe, the gunmen who were laying siege ambushed them. When contacted, the spokesperson for the command, Goodluck Ugwebulem, said they were still assessing the situation. Reports that the publisher of Hallmark newspaper, a business policy and finance daily newspaper, Prince Emeka Obasi, is dead. This online news platform understands that the veteran journalist and public relations expert, Hallmark newspaper publisher Emeka Obasi, died after a protracted illness. It was also gathered that the award-winning journalist from Abia State and former commissioner for information in the same state had been battling a health challenge for the past 8 years. Meanwhile, News One Nigeria reports that the last Hallmark newspaper publisher, Emeka Obasi, is the founder and executive secretary of Public Policy Research and Analysis Center, organizers of the annual Zik Prize in Leadership Awards. Gunmen on Tuesday killed 11 security personnel, including 7 policemen and 4 vigilantes, in attack in Kebbi and Niger State. Northwest and central Nigeria have been terrorized for years by the gangs who raid and loot villages, steal cattle and carry out mass abduction of residents for ransom. But recently, attacks have intensified despite military attempts to drive bandits out of their camps in forest. Wasiu Biodun, Niger police spokesperson, said in a statement that the first attack on Tuesday's calls of bandits stormed a police station in central Niger State, Magama district around 12 a.m., leading to a gunfight with policemen and local militia. Several bandits were also neutralized in the fierce gun battle, in which many of the attackers escaped with injuries. Biodun said police personnel were deployed in the area after the attacks to maintain order. In the second attack in the neighboring Kebbi state, motorcycle-riding bandits numbering about 500 invaded a tomato processing factory in Gafara village of Ngaski district in a bid to abduct expatriate workers. Nafiu Abubakar, Kebbi State Police spokesman, said the bandits, who were officially declared terrorists by the government in January, operate from camps hidden in a vast forest straddling Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and Niger states. On Tuesday, 19 security personnel, including 13 soldiers, were killed when bandits attacked Kebbi's Kanya village. A day after they killed at least 57 vigilantes in ambush in nearby Sekaba. Bandit violence in Nigeria's northwest and central states is just one challenge facing security forces, who are also fighting against a 12-year-old jihadist insurgency in the northeast and separatist tension in southeast of the country. On foreign scene, Russia has imposed sanctions against U.S. President Joe Biden, his son, Secretary of the State Antony Blinken, other U.S. officials and individuals associated with them. The Russia Foreign Ministry said in a statement yesterday, in response to a series of unprecedented sanctions prohibiting, among other things, entry into the United States for top officials of the Russian Federation from March 15 of this year. The Russian stop list include, on the basis of reciprocity, President Joe Biden, Secretary of State A. Blinken, Secretary of Defense L. Austin, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff M. Milley, as well as a number of department heads and prominent U.S. figures. The statement went on to explain that the retaliation step was an inevitable consequence to the extremely Russophobic course taken by the current U.S. administration, which, in a desperate attempt to maintain American hegemony, has relied, discarding all decency, on the frontal constricting of Russia. And on sports, Manchester United and Ajax FC were eliminated from this year's Champions League on Tuesday night. Man U lost to Atletico Madrid 1-2 aggregate. They lost by a lone goal scored by Lodi in the 40 minutes at Old Trafford after holding a 1-1 draw in the first leg of the round of 16. Similarly, Ajax of Amsterdam lost by a lone goal to Benfica in the second leg, with the first leg a fortnight ending 2-2 in Portugal. The final set of the round of 16 will be played Wednesday. Lille of France hosts Chelsea, while Juventus welcome Villarreal of Spain. Over to Matthias Ayodeji Peter of our entertainment news.
On our entertainment news today, Nigerian music icon Two-Face Idibia has built a multi-million music studio for the prestigious Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. The music star made this known via his Instagram page on Tuesday, March 15, 2022. Some time ago, I was honored by the great OAU as I was inducted into the School of Music as a fellow of the School of Music. He also revealed plans to build a similar studio at the Benue State University, BSU. In his welcome address, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Eyitope Ogunbodede, appreciated the singer. Ogunbodede revealed that the OAU now has the best recording studio in any Nigerian university thanks to Tubaba. Innocent Uja Idibia, known by his stage name Tubaba, is a Nigerian musician, singer, songwriter, record producer, entrepreneur, philanthropist, humanitarian, and activist. Still on entertainment news from Africa, the nominations for the 8th edition of the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards (AMVCA) has been confirmed for Saturday, March 19. The unveiling of this year's nominees in 33 categories will be hosted by actor David Etim Effiong and Adesua Etomi in a special broadcast on all African Magic channels on DSTV and GoTV from 9 p.m. West African time. Speaking on the broadcast, Multi-Choice Nigeria Executive Head, Content and West African Channels, Busola Tejumola said, "We've received a good number of quality entries from across the continent for this edition of the AMVCAs, and we are pleased to reveal the final shortlist of nominees, which we are confident embody the excellence the award is renowned for." For this edition, African Magic announced a new category for Best Online Social Content Creator and the return of the Best African Magic Original Drama Series and Best African Magic Original Comedy Series, bringing the total number of categories to 33. 12 categories will be open to the viewers' vote and 21 decided by the AMVCA panel of judges, headed by veteran filmmaker Victor Okai. Some of the other categories include Best Movie in Southern, East and West Africa, Best Director and Best Cinematographer. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for Mlc TV.
Thank you, Matthias, for the update. And that is all on our news package today. Join us tomorrow evening via our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, to watch our news. You could also like and follow us through our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, feedback, comment, or contribution, call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. And don't forget our special programs designed to educate, inform, entertain, and reform. The programs are Family Affairs, Saturday by 7 p.m., Political Arena, Saturday by 9 p.m., and Local Government and You, Friday by 9 p.m. Don't forget our news is on Mondays to Fridays. We are Mlc TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Fatima Yakub, and do not forget to be nice to your neighbor to build a happy society together. Have a blissful night rest. See you tomorrow.